I want to throw this out there because there was a lot of issues last season with Isaiah Buggs that clearly we know now have all come to fruition, right? I mean, what's been in the news, the things that we've read about Isaiah Buggs, it's more clear now as to why he wasn't a big part of the Lions' plan last year when he was on the team. He himself was also a healthy scratch. Listed as a sickness or whatever. So he was mentoring Brodric Martin. So here's my question. You are a product, right, of the people around you, typically. You know, they use the old adage, guilty by association, right? Well, in this case, I'm wondering, was Isaiah Buggs a hindrance to Brodric Martin? Like, was he giving him bad vibes? Were they not, able to work together in a way that was more polished and fruitful? Maybe Brodric Martin just didn't, like Isaiah Buggs. I don't know. I don't know what other word to use here other than maybe Brodric Martin just wasn't getting enough from Isaiah Buggs as a mentor along the defensive line. I'm starting to smell it a little bit. I think that Brodric Martin might have a much better season than anticipated, especially if DJ Reader is held out at all early in the season. And DJ Reader came in with a full plan for Brodric Martin. He looked at all of his tape and brought everything to Brodric Martin to say, hey, man, this is what we need to do. This is what you need to do. This is what I see. However that conversation went. And Brodric Martin mentioned this, and he said that how, impactful that is to have that sort of leadership around you. So I believe that this is going to be a big step up for Martin this year. I think with the DJ Reader, signing, I think that is going to be more impactful to the Lions than just what he is on the field. I think that whole room, Lee McNeil's going to elevate. Now, again, not just because of what's on the field, but because of the type of player DJ Reader is, the type of person he is, his ability, obviously, to put together a plan for these guys, not only to play separately, but also together. Things that they need to work on separately and together so that they can get better as a group. So I think that there's going to be an impactful second season for Brodric Martin. Chko, where he says, the Detroit Lions second-year defensive tackle Brodric Martin has undergone an immense physical transformation this offseason. It's been part of a concerted effort by Martin, who suited up for just 3 games as a rookie, to get into better playing shape and on the field more often in 2024. Now, Martin, the Lions' second of 2 third-round picks in 2022, spent the bulk of his debut NFL season on the inactives list as a healthy scratch. Additionally, when he did play, he made a minimal impact. Very, very true. The games that I did watch, man, he was getting pushed around all over the place. Too high a pad level. He's got to get lower. He's too top heavy. So in fact, the Western Kentucky product logged just 3 total tackles and a 57.1 overall Pro Football Focus grade. The Lions are hopeful that Martin, who experienced more than his fair share of growing pains as a first-year pro, will make a bigger impact during his sophomore campaign. Well, first, I would say he's going to have to earn some snaps, and that's going to be tough to do. This is a pretty thick defensive line, and I think Mekhi Wingo is going to shake up a few things here on this defensive line. At least that's my dark horse this year, one of, to really make some noise this year. I think that Mekhi Wingo has a lot of traits and abilities that the Lions were looking for. That's why they took him in the 6th round, and I'm sure that they were a little bit baffled themselves as to why Mekhi Wingo was still available. But in a season where we just don't know about Levi Onwuzurike, we just don't know what's going on with Josh Paschal, we just don't know what's going on with Brodric Martin just yet. But the Detroit Lions obviously have invested into their second-year tackle, Brodric Martin, and he's gone throughout this last offseason with doing a transformation of his body similar to what Lee McNeil, tried to do the season before. Cutting down the fat, obviously increasing your muscle mass. That's what he's tried to do. And he may not get a ton of snaps again this year. I'm hoping he gets at least, 300. Like, I think that if he can get 300 snaps this year, that would be a great second season for him to get that sort of experience and to take the next step forward in his young career. But I do believe that you are a product of your coaching staff and your mentors. And if you don't have good ones, you're not going to be good. You know, you only can learn so much on your own. There's only so much, that watching tape, by yourself is going to give you. You have to have someone break it down for you and give you the information that maybe you're not seeing. And that takes good coaching staff. That takes, we got Terrell Williams now. Obviously, that's a huge impact for this defensive line, and DJ Reader. So you guys let me know in the chat, do you think that Brodric Martin was a product of Isaiah Buggs' BS last year? That maybe Isaiah Buggs was, his mind was just elsewhere. Obviously wasn't performing at a high level, therefore the reason why he was not getting playing time. Maybe that kind of pulled, Martin's progress down, or what would have been progress for last season, down into the dumps. It's just a guess, hypothetical, but something I was thinking about over the weekend. And then when I saw this article come out, I'm like, I think I should mention that today.